Hey, what's going on, everybody? Max here with Because Bitcoin, and I was planning on making another 10-minute max video for you guys. I was thinking, you know what? That's not going to work because I'm actually traveling tomorrow. Me and the team are heading to ETH Denver. So, also let me know in the comments if any of you guys are going to be there. Would love to meet some of you guys that follow the channel. But there are some important Pepe charts and news that we need to talk about. And I had to get this video done the day before. So hopefully, prices are higher or have held up. I assume that they will. You guys will probably be seeing this, or at least a majority of you, maybe 12 hours after this video. But I wanted to get this out because there's a lot to discuss. And I know a lot of you guys are tuning in very closely, have been in this Pepe trade with me since the lows, and are excited and maybe a little bit anxious. And I'm here to talk about all that. But yeah, I'll be active on Twitter and I'll try to post as many videos as I can as we go on this journey together. But let's pull up the chart, guys. So I'm actually here to talk about a finding that I had. And at first glance, right, there's a lot to look at. So I'm gonna set the stage and narrate a little bit, and then we're gonna dive into it. And I'm gonna tell you exactly what's happening and what I think is going to happen next and why. I have combed through just about every single possible meme coin chart that I can find. I mean, I have been thorough, you guys. I have been thorough. I have been meticulous. Um, the size of my investment dictates that I do as much possible analysis as I can to make an informed decision every step of the way, to not sell too early, to not sell too late, to not oversize at the wrong places. For those of you that are, newer here, we were aggressively accumulating Pepe all throughout here, expecting more or less something like this to happen. This is a new chart, but I want to get into my finding. Let me take one step back. I've gone through every meme coin chart. As far as I can tell, we are tracking most closely to Doge of last cycle. This is Doge between basically 2018 and 2021. All right, these are slightly different time frames, but right around this area as well, we were about 500 mil market cap. Doge 500 mil market cap. So again, another similarity, and also from a fractal perspective and market psychology, how we had this blow off top, the first big high, and then multiple months, if not years of accumulation right after, with one deviation below. Now I want to talk about what happens here. I've labeled this green area the accumulation phase of a lifetime. Again, this is Pepe here right now. This is Doge last cycle. All right. When you get above this previous consolidation, okay, and we've been here for, a year. All right. Doge was even longer. This is kind of a do not fade. All right. I think that the bearish case from right here is that we do something like Doge did and we just kind of range and bear flag for maybe a couple weeks, a couple weeks at the most. But then ultimately, I think you start your next markup. All right. So if you're sidelined and you're finding this video and you're like, dang, maybe I got in or I had a small bag, I didn't have enough, or dang, I completely missed it, and like I'm bullish on it, but I missed it until now. This is your chance. If the purple box comes, in my opinion, that's probably as good as it gets. All right, something like this for Doge. You can see that when it broke out, it spent, was it maybe 2-3 weeks? Let's take a little measured move here. Yeah, 3 weeks or so reaccumulating before the real move started. And I think that's your best case for Pepe, would be reaccumulation above this red line. Okay, so mark this out. I drew it basically from the high set on May 10th. All right. Now, what are all these lines here? We got 1.5, 3, 6, 12, 24, 50, 100, and then, what the heck is this right here? 2, 4, 8, 16. What are these random, numbers? Well, these are market caps, but why did I start them at different places? Why did I start Doge at 2 bill and go to 4 bill? And why did I start here at 1.5 and go to, 3? Well, what I've found with meme coins after hours and hours of research, studying as much as I possibly can on the mechanics, the psychology, the market adoption, the mania phases of these meme coins, is I found that even more important than the market caps, and they are important, is the multiples above a previous all-time high. So this would be, from previous all-time high up would be 2x. And then from previous all-time high up to this one would be a 4x. All right, I can remove these. They're labeled there. I just wanted to show you how this works. So let's take a look at Doge first. All right, this is the most important thing here. So I'm actually going to move Pepe over. We're just going to look at Doge here. What I find so interesting about this Doge chart is that, yes, the market caps matter, but what matters even more is the multiples. So we break out here of our multiple, month and year reaccumulation. We blast up and we go 4 times the previous all-time high. Then we reaccumulate, and look, we rejected perfectly from this level. Perfectly from a 4x above the previous all-time high. Then we move up to 64 billion market cap plus, 32 times. And look at that. We wicked above it. Is perfect again. So why is this significant, right? So meme coins actually do the opposite of what a normal pump does. A normal pump does something like this. Okay, the first move is huge, and then the second one's a little smaller, and then the third one's the smallest, and then you come back down, right? Meme coins do the opposite. All right, here, let me actually I'll just drag this over so we can see it. So this is a normal chart. Again, this is important, so hang with me. This is a normal chart here, and this is a meme coin chart. So it goes like this, and then it gets even bigger, and then it gets even bigger, and the last one is the biggest. All right, and then usually it recovers like that. So do you see the difference? It's not super pronounced. I'm not a great artist, whatever, but you can see that on every move up of a meme coin, it's supposed to get big pump, bigger pump, biggest pump. Normal pump over here, big pump, medium pump, little pump. It's over. All right. So let's just take a look at Doge here. What do we see? Well, the first pump here, we'll just count it. Oops. We will just count it from, oh man, struggling on the chart right now. Hang on, guys. I hate when I hit the wrong button and it just like jeets the chart all over the place. Let's take a measured move from this pump right here. All right, so this is where like the first pump started. So we pumped 100 and 200%. All right, we pumped 200%. I'll change the color just so you guys can see it. Background, we'll just uh, put it as black. All right, so we pumped 200% on the first pump. Now let's measure the second pump. So from right here up to the second one was 1100, or basically like a 10x. All right. Now let's take a measurement of the last one. Even more, right? So you can see how from these pumps, it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So 200, 1100, 1600. That's not normally how pumps work, right? This is a meme coin pumps. It's the phases of mania. Okay. So this is important to keep in mind. Where are we potentially? And I know it's ugly, but just, you just saw me do it. So let's take a look at it now. Where are we potentially now? Well, in my opinion, we're probably on like the first breakaway leg, just like Doge was. All right. So we'll count the first pump is here. Let's just say maybe we go up to here. All right. We pause before the previous high. Then maybe we reaccumulate and we, do something similar where the next move is even bigger. Okay. Instead of going up 155%, we go up 300 or maybe 700. Okay. But where I'm going with this, guys, now that we talked about like, the psychology, how these pumps typically happen with meme coins, they're very atypical. They're very manic. They're crazy. You better have a stomach for volatility because it's coming. All right. This move should tell you everything that you need to know. But what's with this here now? 1 and 2 and these multiples. Okay. Let me say this very, very clearly. How high this second leg moves. All right. So we're going to identify the first leg. All right. This is leg number 1. We're going to make it red so you guys can see it. This is leg number 1. Okay. This is leg 1. All right. I'm actually going to even label it here. Leg 1. We're going to make it red just so there is no confusion. All right. This is leg 1 right here. Put it over here on Doge as well. Leg 1. How high leg 2 goes will determine ultimately how high we can possibly go. All right. Let me say that again. How high leg number 2 goes will determine how high the Pepe pump can really go. All right. So we already established that leg 1 is the smallest for meme coins. All right. So now here's leg 2. We're going to make this a different color here. We're going to make it purple. Yeah, we already have purple below it. We'll make it ugly blue. All right. Ugly blue. And we're going to call this again leg 2. I hope this isn't too much for you guys. I hope you guys are following it. I'm not going to actually I am going to change the color cuz it's going to bother me if I don't. So even if it takes a minute longer, we need to do this properly because this is important. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity to be in early on a meme coin pump in crypto. So here's the thing. We've talked about how the legs get bigger and bigger. All right. We know that leg 2 will be bigger than leg 1. We're finishing up leg 1 now. Maybe it goes a little higher, maybe not. I don't know. All right. If we only top out here at 3 bill, which is a 2x the previous all-time high, and then we reaccumulate right here. I think your global top is going to be somewhere between 12 and 24 billion. All right, because then we have leg 1, leg 2, and then a final big, leg 3, which would be our biggest leg. Um, something like this. All right, because leg 3 is going to be your biggest leg. That's how these meme coin pumps work. All right. And again, it will never be perfect, but it should be a loose guide. All right. Leg 2, leg 2. And now we're going to make a leg 3. We'll change the colors. Leg 3. We'll change the colors. So again, bear with me, guys. I need to make it pretty just so there's no questions on the visual side because this is where things really you need to focus. So if we top out on leg 2 at only a 2x multiple of the all-time high, then the third leg probably only leads us up to between 12 and 24 billion, which is still fantastic, guys. It's still fantastic. But where the real fun can come into play here, guys, is if leg 2, which is so much more important than leg 1, reaches at least 4 times the previous all-time high. All right, at least 4 times, which would take us to about a 6 bill market cap. If that happens, then I think you open the door to 50 billion plus. Okay. Then I think you open it. So again, how high we ultimately go is going to be very dependent on how high leg 2 goes. It'd be very atypical to see leg 2 be this kind of muted little thing. When we get into price discovery, we need to discover 6 or 12 billion, and then leg 3 can take us up to 50 or 100 billion plus. All right. So again, I'm looking not for where we are at right now, right here, but if we are going to track Doge closely and do what it did last cycle and give ourselves the best chance to reach 50 or 100 billion plus for this PEPE pump, we need to hold this breakout. And I think we're going to. But again, as we've talked about, memes pump like this, like small, medium, large. All right. So this is small. Now we need medium, and then large can take us, wherever we want to go. Again, but what's really important is what happens in the next 2 or 3 weeks. In my opinion, price discovery is, very, very high likelihood in the not too distant future. Maybe a little bit of reaccumulation, but we're going to want to watch leg 2. And look at how we jumped here, right? So we went from, under all-time high to, 8 billion, and then from 8 billion to 64 billion. All right. I mean, that's a huge jump in a very, very short period of time. And it happened very, very quickly. All right. So again, just to reiterate, we are going to want to see consolidation, hold this nice level, and then the floodgates just open. And we need to get past 3 billion, guys. If we want that, the 69 bill market cap that everybody's talking about, we can't have a leg 2 that is muted. So for example, leg 1 we'll say is 157% so far. All right. We don't want to have a scenario where leg 2 is only 250% because then I think leg 3 probably does something like this and we go, maybe up to 12 billion, which is still, again, it's following that market cycle of like small, medium, large. These are still huge moves, right? What are we talking about? It's a 12x from here at least. We're at about a billion market cap. But if you want to follow suit with Doge, we need leg 2 to be 6 billion. And then the third leg will be bigger than 600%. Then we're talking about a 10x already from a 6 bill market cap. So again, I hope this made sense. It is very important information. I'll be updating these charts, frequently. So be sure to, follow the channel, guys. We're putting out a lot of content, here and on Twitter. We were super early to this play. And truthfully, I think we have a lot left to go. So please like and subscribe, guys, if you haven't yet. We're growing like crazy. Help us hit 5,000 subs. And also check out the first link in the description below. If you want a more intimate look behind the scenes on how I'm navigating markets, you'll be first to receive all these charts that I post. You'll know when I buy and when I sell, and as well as the rest of the Because of Bitcoin analysts. You get to see active positions, premium analysis we don't talk about here on YouTube. And also, in less than 60 days, you're going to get access to something called the BB Terminal, which is it's our new flagship product. It's basically a Bloomberg terminal, but for crypto. It's a fantastic product. We spent a ton of time and money building it to perfection. You're going to want to use it. That will be bundled with your Discord membership, which again, you can sign up for in the first link in the description below. Again, if you want, if you're in PEPE, you're playing PEPE, you're playing some other stuff, and you want to know exactly how I am navigating this and be the first to know, because I don't talk about buys and sells on Twitter or YouTube. I'll hint at it, but if you really want to see behind the curtain and take your trading to the next level, check out the first link in the description below. And again, get early access to the BB terminal in less than 60 days. One more thing about it too, prices are going to triple. We're literally tripling the price of the membership once the BB terminal drops. So if you get in right now, you'll be grandfathered in for life. This is a very rare, unique instance where it's a guaranteed 3x in value. You're going to get in right now for the current price on our website, and prices are going to go up dramatically as soon as the terminal drops. So it's a fantastic experience. I hope you guys will check it out. At least go to the website and read some reviews. But yeah, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Please like, please subscribe. Thank you so much for the overwhelming support. We will see you guys later. Take care.